everybody, I have another battle report for you. Game number 4 at ETC. After a disappointing result for us on game 3, we are still above, I think, below the top 10. So not so well placed to climb back the ranking. And we are now playing against Team Finland. And I'm paired against Veikra, who was a very nice guy. We had a lot of fun together, and as you will see in the pictures, he was a very funny guy. And also I must say, he really impressed me with the amount of beers that he was able to drink during the battle. It was amazing. He's not a big guy, but it was like one after the other. Even when he was not asking, it was like a teammate coming and bringing him a beer, and it was like, oh, I was thinking about a beer, thank you. And it was still remaining totally fine, like not affected at all by the amount of alcohol he was drinking. So I was really impressed by this. It was a funny game. So let's move on to the battle. You know already my list. This is his list. He's basically an MSU. You see a lot of small scoring unit, a couple of flyers. So flyers. He has a commander that can fly here on a giant eagle. He has a griffin. So as you can see, he has 6 flying units, 7 flying units, and then a lot of small scoring units. So it's an MSU Highborn Elf list. We were playing, luckily for me, all the ground on Surging Tide, and obviously I went with a full blast magical setup in this matchup. Yeah, it's a very good matchup for me. I was, to be honest, very surprised at the pairing process that I was able to get him, because it was my best match. So I was quite happy with that. He has not really board control with his units. It's only MSU, I would say. So hard for him to play for the middle. I was expecting him to play avoidance. I don't see how he could win the secondary. So I was really starting at 13 plus. His range damage shouldn't do too much to my list. I mean, I'm very resilient. I have big unit with a lot of wounds. Just need to be careful about his mobility. I think his main threat would be to underestimate his army, push too hard, and then get flanked by multiple units that can do a lot of damage. Like I said, he has 7 flying units that could combine together to create me problems. So I just need to be aware of the potential threat, and that's about it. Deployment wise, he won the roll for side and gave me the impossible in my zone, which makes sense. I deployed my blunderbuss wide to be still in the middle. Then we have other unit of blunderbuss. We have vassal levies, lugars next to them, so all my scoring blocks facing the middle. On the left flank, to guard the left flank, I placed Incarnate, and the Overlord is also a middle left. And on the right flank, I place the Giant and the Troik Anointed that can play with the hill and not be impacted too much. On his side, not be impacted too much by the shooting, sorry. He identified that I think the strong part of my army is about here, more like center left due to the impossible, so I elected to go on the right, which I think makes sense in an avoidance perspective. So you see he has some griffin here, the 2 sky sloop, the griffin, the phoenixes, all the shooting in the back, the eagles, the cavalry, and here on the left it's the commander on eagle. That is going to cause me problem because he has 18 march, so he can go very fast on every direction possible, and that's going to be quite annoying for me to track. Let's move on my turn 1. So I push towards him. I go behind the hill. I just place the giant slightly on the hill to have line of sight and not get him an easy position here behind the hill. We could also debate whether or not I should have potentially anticipate that and switch position between the Anointed and the Overlord, because the Overlord would have been really nice to play on this right flank as well. So that could have been also a potential idea for me to just switch position between those two to get my single model here and get the fixed unit here on the left flank where I didn't expect him to go really heavily. So that could have been also an option for me to switch those in anticipation of what he would do. But the rest is just push towards him, magic. I'm going to do a pentagram, do some wounds on the eagle. He's turn 1. Yeah, he moves around, but nothing crazy. He stays in position more in the back, uses also some covers, ready to shoot a bit my giant. He does an area, flaming sword, did maybe a wound to the giant, but I think not much, because the problem with flaming sword, it triggers my conditional ward save, so it's also not that excellent for him. My turn 2, I push, but not that much on the left. As you can see, the Incarnate are really blocked by the fact, and that's going to be my position all game long, is basically I was safe about the secondary, I was safe that I would take more point than him from range, so I just said, you are not going to escape my line of sight with any unit. Basically that was my position all game long, so I just used the Incarnate to do that, and then I cover here, that also block a little bit my Lugars, because I cover the position also with the Lugar here, that he cannot fly over my Vassal Levies or Lugar here. It's not possible, and if he lands in front here, either my Incarnate or my Lugars will be able to see him. We could debate here whether or not my Overlord could have pushed even more forward, potentially. I could have potentially really put the Overlord like even more here in the front. So that would have been also an option to put even more pressure on him. And maybe with the Overlord, I think I focused myself this game too much on zoning this guy, but I think the Incarnate, that's the main job for the Incarnate. And in that case, I think the Overlord can concentrate himself towards putting pressure here on the left part of this deployment. Anyway, so I get into a magic range from Phoenix with the Bastion this time, and I move away because I know that at some point he could jump with the character and trap my Anointed. So I try to move them away. My idea would be next turn to escape them this way. I'm not able to get them into BSB now. Unfortunately, I checked that, but that was not possible. So I just keep them that way for the moment, and next turn I'm going to try to exfiltrate them because I want to save points. In this game, I want to take points and save points. That's basically the idea. Magic phase, I did a wound to the Phoenix with a breath and nothing to a sloop with a pentagram. He's turn 2. Yeah, he moves here a bit towards me with the flying, ready to shoot at the Anointed, try to cause a 9 non-rerollable. He moves slightly back due to my positioning with the Overlord that was blocking him effectively. In the magic phase, he failed a couple of spells. But he managed to kill one Anointed, which was enough for a panic check, and I fled off the board because I failed the 9 non-rollable again, which is a bit annoying. But that I knew that could happen, and that's it for his turn. My turn 3. I push towards him in a way that he cannot really charge me. Again, if I would have been here a bit more forward, maybe this turn I could be here a bit more in the back, I would have been more threatening. Here I just minimize a bit the contact, only one unit can charge me. As you can see, I was doing the funny faces all game long. It was quite cool to take the picture while he was trying to create some new ideas. So he still had the time for the creativity. I get into range with the Phoenix. I think I had the shooting range also here to the Archer, so magic to the Phoenix. The Griffin is also zoned. So these 3 units here are going to try to block his attempt to attack me. On the left flank, I'm blocking still his guy to not escape my line of sight between the Lugars and my Incarnate mainly. And yeah, just going forward slowly, but it's hard to really attack something in his list because I don't have big charge range with the units that are close to him. In magic phase, I got a breast weapon that did some wound somewhere. I think on the Archer I killed 2. Got a Grave Call that one-shot a Phoenix, so yeah, I think that's the Phoenix. I did a wound before, so maybe I had like 4 wounds left, and I killed him this time. So really nice to get a good Grave Call. Bastion, I killed another 4 Archer in this unit, so only 4 left I would say right now. So yeah, quite happy about this range damage phase. His turn, he goes over here with the character and the cavalry goes around, so still was able to escape his eagles and stuff. So my Overlord is still not finding anything to charge right now except this unit here, but that could easily flee right over here and be in zone. So while his general is a bit out of his line, meaning there are a lot of 8 rollable here, I don't have a lot of good charges to take right now, to be honest. What does he do then in magic? He gets some buffs, Cloak of Cinders, +1 strength. He kills some Infernal Warrior in my unit. He targets a bit this unit here. Did some wounds, but nothing crazy. And I think here on my turn 4, we could debate. I don't remember if I passed the mark check or not. But if I do, I think the best choice would have been to push hard to get into a position here. But I think I was also afraid of something, is the Sky Sloop targeting my Overlord. Because 2 Sky Sloop on my Overlord can potentially kill him at some point. So I think that was also a concern that I had with the Overlord, is the Sky Sloop getting me. So I think that's why I took some choices sometimes that were not the most aggressive. So here I place myself here to zone his character again, not going into the Sky Sloop range. I go into Magic against the Phoenix or the Griffin. I can choose those guys as a counter charger, the Lugas. Yeah, that's about it. The Incarnate still zoning him. Still the same basically, just made sure that he cannot escape and create anything crazy. I got the Gravecall got Dispel, I'll fail the Pentagram, so this time nothing crazy with range damage. He's turn 4. I move back with the Eagle right here, move back with the Cavalry to make it a longer charge. These guys move back on the hill, to move a bit around. The Phoenix is here all the way in the back. In the Magic phase, he got a heal on the Sky Sloop. Did some wounds. I think he started to shoot the Vassal Levies, realizing that might be points that he could take, which was a smart decision. As you can see, I had only 4 of them alive, so I just escaped them on my turn. Turn 5, I attempted a charge on the Cavalry, which he fled, causing a 4-8 rollable panic check that he passed and a 9 non-rollable that he passed as well. And then I redirect into him, I would say. Yeah, seems like a potential long charge, but I fail charge, I would say, due to the picture. In Magic phase, I got a Pentagram, 1 wound on the Sky Sloop, and that was it. Boom. He's turn number 5, he rallies the Cavalry in the back. I killed those guys in the meantime with shooting, I would say. Yeah, last turn, yeah, I killed the small unit that were here with the shooting. He moves a bit around. Phoenix goes hiding here, but he's not going to do anything crazy. In his 6th turn, didn't want to give me more points. In the Magic phase, he got heal on the Sky Sloop, +1 resilience on the Sky Sloop, Cloak of Cinder on the Sky Sloop. That's it, my turn 6. I turn around, going to Gravecall and finally kill the bird because I'm going to fail charge here with my Overlord against his bird. And I think, yeah, I took some charge with the Lugas against them, and this time he's going to fail some panic with the Eagle going to fly off the board. So he's going to give me the Eagle on this charge, but the guys here were able to find a position here and they are going to rally. So that's going to be my last point taken, and that's how we're going to finish the game. So it's going to finish a 12-8, move up with the secondary to a 15-5 because he took half of my Vassal Levies and full anointed, and I took from him a Phoenix, 2 units of archers, the hero with the Gravecall, and the unit of eagles, and that's it. So yeah, quickly, all the ground was mine from the beginning to the end. I think that was expected. He's playing avoidance against a relatively slow army. It was hard for me to catch things. Not sure I took all the right moves, but basically my position in this game was to say I'm on 13 plus, definitely. And if he's not going to create anything crazy, going out of the line of sight and stuff like that, I'm going to maintain a positive result, which is going to be 14, 15, 16, something about that. So I was sure about that, so that was my main focus, to say, okay, let's give him absolutely no opportunities. Focus on that. He's not going to move outside of any line of sight all game long. And I played carefully with the Overlord as well to not get shot by the Sky Sloop, because I felt if he takes those 600 points, that's going to matter at the end even more. So that's why I didn't take the most risky move that I could take with the Overlord. Many panic created, he failed some at the end. He failed, I think, only the Eagle, maybe another one, but not that much. That's the best thing I could do to try to create a lot of stuff, but he made some proper flee pass for his unit, but then the downside was the number of panic created, and the fact that the Griffin was so far away meant those panics were a lot of them 8 rollable, which is shaky. Okay, the round went really good. As you can see, we got 91 after the pairing, no negative matchup, and at the end we won on all table except one. We lost only on one table, but we got some very good result, 19, 16, 17, so it was enough for us to get the cap against Finland. Thanks them for the very nice battle. It was a funny round, so thanks a lot to them. And yeah, we were climbing a little bit the ladder for the last day, not giving up at all, giving us some hope to still fight for the podium. That was going to be the end for the last day. So definitely being for myself as a player, since I got some good matchup and also some good results, it was good to get some confidence back and yeah, playing much better also, I must say, but it's easier to play better on a positive matchup than on negative matchup, definitely, or drawish matchup. And also for the team, it was good to get some points and climb a bit the ladder, and we were seeing at the end of day 2 that it was still definitely doable to reach the top 3. It was down to getting good result on the last 2 rounds. It's going to depend who we're going to face. The round number 5 is going to be against Team Ukraine, so that's going to be the next battle report. Thanks a lot for watching, talk to you soon on the channel, bye.